Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, we share the latest in medical device innovation and market insights. Subscribe now if you want more. In this special brief, we're applying our framework to quickly assess Gradient Denervation Technologies, a late-stage startup developing a first-in-class device therapy for a large and growing patient population. We cover 4 key sections: company and technology overview, market assessment, competitive landscape, and strategic outlook. 1. Company and technology overview. Gradient Denervation Technologies is a Paris-based medical device company developing a novel catheter-based pulmonary artery denervation system for the treatment of group 2 pulmonary hypertension (PH). This serious condition currently affects over 1.5 million U.S. patients with heart failure and preserved ejection fraction (HFpEF), a number that's expected to grow substantially. As many as 50 to 60% of these patients exhibit PH features, but there's no FDA-approved interventional treatment for group 2 PH, and existing drug therapies are often ineffective or contraindicated in this subgroup. Gradient's proprietary ultrasound-based energy platform designed to ablate sympathetic nerves surrounding the pulmonary artery. The system is tailored for the unique anatomy and physiology of the pulmonary vasculature and is optimized to address the underlying pathophysiology of group 2 PH. Unlike repurposed RF or cryo-based systems, this platform is purpose-built for precision, safety, and consistent performance. The company's minimally invasive, cath lab-compatible system is designed to support real-time imaging, an intuitive interface, and procedural success. Gradient's user experience is optimized for interventional workflows. By integrating with existing EP and interventional cardiology procedures, the company aims to reduce the training burden and procedural variability associated with standalone denervation therapies. 2. Market assessment. There's strong evidence that group 2 PH, which occurs in heart failure with preserved ejection fraction, is a major contributor to poor outcomes in heart failure. Prevalence estimates suggest that nearly 50 to 60% of patients with heart failure have some degree of PH. Furthermore, these patients represent a significant subset within the broader heart failure population. With over 1.5 million U.S. patients diagnosed with HFpEF, this patient population is large and growing, making it a substantial target market. And yet, despite the known presence of PH in these patients, there's currently no FDA-approved device therapy. While several small studies have demonstrated the efficacy of denervation in improving functional capacity and symptoms, the field lacks a standardized, reproducible, and clinically validated approach. This lack of alternatives creates an enormous market pull for Gradient's PAD and platform. The company has identified 3 key target customer types: HF and PH specialists, health systems seeking value-based tools to address symptomatic heart failure, and innovative EP and interventional cardiologists looking to expand their procedural offerings. 3. Competitive landscape. Key players in the cardiac denervation space include Recker Medical, which is focused on renal denervation for hypertension, as well as Medtronic, which offers RF-based multi-use systems for denervation. However, these solutions are not specifically designed for the pulmonary artery and may lack the anatomical specificity and clinical validation of Gradient's PAD and platform. Additionally, companies like Ablative Solutions utilize chemical-based denervation, which may raise safety concerns compared to Gradient's energy-based approach. Other companies such as Inari Medical focus on PH from thromboembolic causes rather than the heart failure population. Furthermore, Gradient's operator-centric UX and integrated imaging support help to differentiate its technology in a market filled with less intuitive and more complex systems. 4. Strategic outlook. Gradient may consider a phased approach to maximize clinical and commercial success. In the near term, the company should focus on completing its PREVAIL PH to study and expanding early clinical engagement to validate usability and generate key performance data. This will be instrumental in gaining physician buy-in and demonstrating the platform's real-world performance. In the midterm, Gradient might initiate a pivotal eye trial focused on patient-centered outcomes and supportive use case data to accelerate regulatory approval. Concurrently, engaging with CMS early in the process could help clarify value pathways and inform reimbursement discussions. Longer term, the company could look to expand into other PH groups and global markets, broadening the addressable use cases and patient populations. Additionally, exploring AI-guided personalization and procedural planning could further enhance the platform's precision and drive physician adoption. Ultimately, Gradient Denervation Technologies is well positioned to address a critical need in the management of heart failure with its innovative pulmonary artery denervation system. By focusing on clinical validation, regulatory alignment, and user-centric design, the company can establish early leadership in this promising therapeutic area. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this brief, please subscribe and check out our full podcast for more in-depth interviews with industry experts. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this brief, please subscribe and check out our full podcast for more in-depth interviews with industry experts.